Black Clover.
Yoryoku.
Yoryoku. This is Black Clover chapter 339 Zetten. Last we left off, Asta was exploring Wano, I mean the land of the sun, with the shogun of the place, I think is Ryuen, something like that, Ryu, and the sister of Yami, I forget her name, Ichiba, something like that. We'll figure it out. She does the Yami thing of carrying Asta by his face, dragon clawing him up, and basically they all run away from the scene of their battle, and they go over to this nice little house where there's this one guy standing there. His name is Fumito Mikuria.
Yes.
And he's apparently a recovery Yojutsu genius, and he's been looking after Lieb for the longest time. And we finally get to see Lieb again, and he's so cute.
Even the Yojutsu.
Yeah, Chibi Lieb with his little scar on his chest. You see that little scar?
When did he get that?
From getting cut really hard from Lucius. I think they both got it real bad there. But yeah, they have a cute little moment where they reunite. Asta's like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy you're safe," and Lieb's like, "Yeah, me too, Baka." But yeah, so they're eating up, and Asta just kind of like calms down a little bit because he starts to get bummed out. He's just like, "I really have to get back ASAP. Ryu, tell me, I'll do it. Please tell me. Is there any way to get to the Clover Kingdom?" He's like, "Man, if you go back now, you're just gonna lose again, especially if Lucius is playing for keeps." And Asta's like, "Please, I have to try." And the Ryu is just like, "No, you have time. It's fine." And Asta just keeps freaking out. He's like, "You want me to train? I've been training for as long as I can remember. I can't get any stronger than this." And Ichika, that's her name. Ichika slaps the shit out of Asta. And it's just like,
That's a taste out that nigga's mouth.
Yeah, she said, "I have no idea what's happening to you or the people around you, and I don't care if you die, but you're only alive because Lord Ryuya and Mikuria saved you. So, you as a foreigner, you a foreigner when we believe they bring disasters. He may look incompetent, but he's a fine shogun. So if you're gonna ignore his fucking warning and waste the life he saved, I'll cut you down right here." And she says, "Don't take others' kindness for granted." And Asta takes a minute and collects himself, and he thanks them for the food. And so they go out to this bamboo forest, and Ryu explains that the guy's got Lucius has like overwhelming physical strength, mana, and magic. So if you take him on, he'll have your back against the wall in no time. So you need to end that fight fast, and what you need is Zetten. So
What's that?
Yeah, so he explains that like well, Asta's like, "Well, I don't have any magic." He's like, "Well, try focus, then try sensing her ki." And we see Ichika just like try like bring up her energy, her ki. It's the flow of life energy. Everybody manipulates it unconsciously, very much like hockey in a way. And you're like, you could do a super precise version of that on purpose and make it erupt all at once. And Ichika does like a simple chop down and cuts a bamboo shoot straight in half. And she talks about how like the amount of your Yoryoku and its speed generate explosive power. So you try it now. And Asta pulls a little bit of a Midoriya. He starts like muttering to himself, kind of like Midoriya used to do in the beginning of My Hero, where he's like taking notes vigorously. He's like, "I never even considered using ki that way. Is it sort of like mana skins? Everybody else uses it except with ki and then radiated." So Asta gives it a shot of his own. He channels his ki into this chop thing, and he brings his hand down. And it's not necessarily like a super clean chop like Ichika's is. It looks like more of a decay as he's coming down, and
Yeah.
it actually
Or
shocks.
you could argue that it was just a rough
It could be.
and non-exact. Yeah, one way, you know.
Yeah, it could be just like a
But I
rough
didn't think
cut.
about that. I didn't think about that at first. First possibility. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so it's not a perfect cut, and it could be just like kind of a sloppy, chopped downward because this is his first time, literally. Um, but yeah, and Ryu explains that like actually that bamboo was grown with Yoryoku, and you dried it up.
Mm.
He says specifically that he dried it up. So
Just used anti-magic,
yeah,
which is anti-Yoryu.
your anti Yoryoku.
Ah, that's why it looks like that. You're right. It's sort of decayed it because it's as if he dehydrated it.
Yeah,
Because
basically.
the magic was like the water for it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it looked like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Ryu explains that he has a solid foundation already. You just didn't know how it was done. Get out there and pick up more experience. And Asta looks over to Ichika and thanks her because he can still get stronger.
And she looks so mad.
Baka. And that's where the chapter ends actually. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I really enjoyed this one as well. This was an enjoyable week overall. I'm not over Asta getting stronger and learning new things. Everyone else may be, or maybe not, but I'm not. I love it still. It's a cool concept. I like that they're making it that it's not just his like key that he's using; it's the curse, the anti magic situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really just pushing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably gonna shoot out a Getsuga Tensho or something like that. Right? Is that how this?
I mean, he already does that kind of, no?
What was Getsuga Tensho anyway? Just a strong wave of dark, explosiveness.
Yeah.
That's all it really was. Just a very hard hit. Like
no, it's just like a
that
spirit.
Looks like a black
slash.
Wave.
It's like a big spirit slash thing.
Yeah. Is it a splash or like a fucking bomb?
It's like a slash, I think, if I remember right.
Okay, well,
there you go.
It's similar. I wonder if he'll have something similar to that just an anti-magic one.
Yeah.
I don't have too much other thoughts on this chapter. It seemed like a very quick pace and to the point. I don't know why she had to smack the shit out of him. I mean, I don't think he was being ungrateful. I think he was just really worried.
Yeah.
And all the Shogun said was, "It's fine. You got time." How about you had just said, "Yo," the Lucian said he gave them like a week. So, but maybe he didn't want to pressure him with getting strong in a set amount of time.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Does Ryu know how much time they have, really? How does he know?
He knows about Lucifer already.
Yeah,
that was a big deal to me. I was like, what?
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't, anything stick out to you, Chris?
Yeah, I guess this was like of the chapters that I was grappling with, it was Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and this. I really like this chapter.
Yeah.
I'm also not over Asta learning things and, developing his fighting style. I like, this whole concept of ki finally being like paid off in a greater fashion. We all knew that we'd probably get to this point where we're in Yami's land because it's been built up for so much.
Yami.
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 But it is a really good chapter. I really like this. Black Clover has been on a bit of a roll, and I like, the chi thing. It's very cool, martial arts esque. I'm excited to see how he applies it with anti magic and all that stuff because I feel like it's gonna be
r/anti magic.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be pretty unique, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how this all works out for Asta. To see Asta have like such a natural predisposition to this is actually also very fascinating. Considering he didn't have any magic and he wasn't necessarily a natural at using anti-magic either. He was always like learning on top of that. So
yeah,
it is good to see him even be shocked by his own ability. I feel like Asta has always had to work for everything he's ever had. And this is a first time where something came kind of natural to him. And it's kind of nice to see that. Um, I appreciate that. It was a little bit of a new wrinkle to the character that we haven't seen before, and it's a very smart one, I think. But that's all I got to say, really.
I have a slight rebuttal. It's
Yeah.
not really a rebuttal, but just to add on. You know, speaking of Asta's growth, I think I don't know if you noticed, but he wasn't really a swordsman to begin with. He just used the sword to hit people with, you
No.
know?
Yeah, of course.
And over time, he really got his skills up as a swordsman. Now, as he is now, he is a straight up swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
He can, he can use multiple kinds of swords too. I thought that was really cool. Because I was just thinking, because you made me think like, he was whipping people's with anti magic really easy. You know what I'm saying? That came natural to him. But again, he was using his strength, and he just so happened to be able to use the anti magic. They just so happened to work together,
Mm-hmm.
like fit. So it didn't come. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the swordsmanship didn't come easy either. That came with time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this was a nice little change up.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we move on, we've had Brian go through his own little Black Clover journey. He started reading the chapters as promised, and I wanted to check in with him every now and then to see how he's proceeding with his journey. Brian, you told me that you've read chapters 1 through 15 of Black Clover. What are you thinking about the
Oh
series so
shit!
far?
Actually 1 through 11. Actually, I
Oh, 1 through 11.
overestimated.
You lied to me.
I looked. I had to look to like really remind myself, but yeah. I got up to the part where they just found the Golden Dawn is also going to the same dungeon they're going to or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh wow!
Damn, remember Dungeons, bro?
Wow! Yeah.
That was like a
Oh
thing.
shit!
That was like a big deal
Dude,
back in
those
the
were
day.
a thing. Yeah, like they explained it and everything. Like,
Mhm.
hey, these are things that are gonna pop up. They're gonna be going to dungeons, and never happened again.
No, not really. But
so far, I'm pretty surprised about the pace of the series. It feels like a what?
Not you, Brian.
Oh, it feels like a lot of the pace is going by pretty quickly. I like because I feel like all right, first chapter, he wants to become a knight. He becomes a knight. Like not in the same chapter, but it happens so fast. Like a lot of his accomplishments are happening very quickly. And I do really enjoy the comedy of this series a little bit. I definitely feel like I've heard a lot about the anime being very obnoxious sometimes when it comes to Asta's comedy, but in the manga, it's a little bit more. Since you can't hear all the screaming all the time, it's a little bit more like his character. It's a little bit more bubbly and it's a little bit more like kind of Luffy like ish when it comes to his excitement. I really like the relationship between what's his name? Fucking Sasuke.
you know,
Yeah, I like the relationship between Yuno and Asta because it's very like respectable. Like they're rivals, but they respect each other a whole lot. And I also liked, I really enjoyed the beginning of series fodder because they every time in every in every manga, the beginning of series shit talkers are always so unreasonably fucking petty. Like the dude,
Yeah. The copper guy?
Yeah, there was a guy that he was gonna fight. And this dude was like, I'm just gonna stick next to him and make myself look really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then when it was their time for them to fight, he like masks off. He's like, you stupid little fucking poor ass little bitch coming from the fucking dirt, bitch ass little hoe ass fucking weakling.
Yo, went in.
He went fucking hard.
The motorcycle guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he went so fucking hard, and just to get fucking absolutely one shot by Asta. But yeah, it's it's pretty interesting so far. If I had to talk about who my favorite is at the moment, I only have like what 2 chapters with him, but I really like Lux so far.
I knew you'd like Luck. I had a feeling.
I'm a sucker for fast and electric
And
characters. So.
cocky characters.
Yeah, I really like those kind of characters, but I do enjoy Luck a lot. What's his name? Magna.
Magna.
Magna is a close
Yeah.
second. I
Mhm.
like Magna. And yeah, that's all I got to say about Black Clover at the
Wow.
moment. Pretty interesting.
And that was Brian's Black Clover journey.
Black Clover Corner.
I'm here. I'm
Can't wait
excited.
to hear some more.
Yeah, mostly because it's actually a nice refresher for me. Because I haven't read Black Clover. I've only read Black Clover like as it's been going. I haven't gone back and read it. So you're serving as a bit of a reminder of certain plot points and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it a little bit. It is a good little series.